At the beginning of the year, I recorded a video for you on how to set intentions for the year ahead. Fast forward 6 months later and it is already July of 2023. I find these moments and these times during the year very helpful in order to check in with myself and ask myself a couple of questions about the goals that I have set for myself. So in today's video, I want to invite you to join me to do a little bit of a mid-year review, a checkpoint. I want to share with you a couple of different journaling prompts in order to help you reflect on how far you have come, which goals are still important for you, and what you're going to do until the end of the year to make sure that you're looking back at the year with pride and happiness. So I would say, let's get started. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the very first time, welcome. My name is Julia Arndt and I'm so excited that you are here. I am recording new videos for busy professionals every week on mindful productivity, stress management, and how you can sustain your performance over time. If those are topics that are interesting to you, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and check out any of the other videos that I have on my YouTube channel for you. So in today's video, I want to talk with you about a mid-year review checkpoint because I find those checkpoints super powerful in order to not lose track of your goals, check in with yourself on how much progress you've actually made, and obviously reset intentions for the second half of the year and making sure that you are actually doing something, right? I feel like time is going by anyway, so why not be intentional about how you are spending your time? Because I know that if you are more productive and if you feel accomplished at the end of the year, then you feel much better about yourself as well and you can celebrate those results and those wins. So I went ahead this morning and I went through my archive of papers that I have in one of my folders, and I picked out all of the different goals that I set and wrote down at the beginning of the year, 6 months ago. No matter if you've done this exercise in some sort of form or not, it doesn't really matter. I invite you to check out the video that I have on the channel, and it is a 10-question, about 20-minute journaling prompt video that you can easily do in order to really reflect on all of the different things that I actually want you to reflect on. And then you can jump back into this video where we're doing a little bit more of reflection journaling prompts in order to help you reset yourself for the second half of the year. And here are the journaling prompts that I'd like you to ask yourself for a mid-year reflection. Number 1, what goals did you set for yourself in 2023? Number 2, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your progress for each goal? Number 3, are the goals for yourself still important for you, or would you like to create a new goal or replace one of those goals? Number 4, if you were to review the year 2023 in December, where would you like to be with each of these goals? And finally, number 5, write a list of 3 things that you can do for each goal that you can do in the next 6 months. So those are 5 very simple and yet very powerful journaling prompts in order to help you set yourself up for success over the next 6 months. So as I already mentioned, I went ahead and got the different notes out of my folder in order to take a look at what kind of goals did I actually set 6 months ago. To be honest with you, I didn't really remember those anymore, and so it was even more so important and helpful for me to take a look at these. And I know that you're always really curious, obviously, about the goals that I set for myself in order to get inspired, motivated, and get some insights into how I reflect on these different journaling prompts. So here are some insights into the things that I set for myself for the year of 2023. The first important goal for me this year was to work on my physical activity. I had gotten a little bit out of touch with my physical habits, which I wasn't very happy about. So at the beginning of the year, I set an intention to be a lot better about that. And I'm going to do the check-in right away. I would probably rate myself 5 or a 6 out of 10 at the moment, because over the last 2 weeks I have been very consistent at working out again, which feels so good, and I feel so much stronger and so much better in my body. But the last 6 months were kind of challenging. If you have been watching my Plan With Me monthly journaling prompt videos, you know that I've been struggling a little bit with my health. I had a lot of dental issues. I've had a couple of stomach issues at the beginning of the year as well, so I couldn't really work out the way I wanted to work out, and it kept me from achieving that goal earlier on in this year. But the year has still 6 months, and I am super proud and happy to report that I actually have been making progress, especially over the last month. So that's a goal that I'm super excited about, and let's take a look at the next one. The second goal that I set for myself for the year of 2023 is to land 3 big 1-year corporate events and trainings and programs, and also to hit a certain revenue goal for my business. The honest answer here is that 2023 has been a pretty challenging year when it comes to business. Yeah, so what can I tell you? So 2023, yeah, it has been absolutely, definitely a little bit more challenging this year. The type of companies, tech companies that I work with, have been cutting their budgets, which has been really difficult, honestly, in some months of this year. And so I've been trying to really just focus on the things that I can control and not focus on the things that are outside of my control. Sometimes that works pretty well, and some other times it's been really challenging mentally for me to kind of keep on doing this work, because companies are not spending, individuals are a lot more conservative about their spending as well. And so it's been a tough year business-wise, and I am not really sure if I can hit my revenue goal and the goal of signing up 3 new companies for corporate programs and partners. I'm still working on that, and that is absolutely my double down focus for the second half of the year. But currently I would rate my progress at about a 1 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10. So it's not very good. However, it is important to be honest with yourself, and I am honest with myself too. And sometimes I can't impact the things that are happening in the external world. I can't impact layoffs, budget cuts, the way of how people are obviously responding to those external circumstances as well. And so I've just been trying to practice patience, and I've been really investing time and education in myself. I've been educating myself. I did, for example, 2 different courses this year on becoming a TEDx speaker, as well as psychological trust and safety training. I also invested in talking to different business coaches in order to really help me set myself up for success. And so I honestly feel like I'm doing really well mentally now. That's also been a really important shift for me, I would say, over the last month, where I just kind of found my roots again, and I'm a lot more intentional about where I want to go. And I have a really good plan in place for the second half of the year as well. So I would say 1 or 2 out of 10, but that's totally okay, because I know exactly what needs to happen for the end of the year. And then the third big goal was to grow on my social media platforms, on Instagram, obviously on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. Those are my 3 big forums that I invest a lot of time, energy, and money in. And I would say I rate myself there a 2 or 3 out of 10. So I'm also not really where I want to be. And I feel like maybe with social media, that's something where you always feel like you could be better. You could have more subscribers and more followers, and maybe you can create even more content or even better content, right? And I think about that all the time. I actually created a new channel that I'm planning to publish to you very soon, but I'm not going to say more about that just yet. But really excited about that project. But then at the same time, it is about finding the time to do all of these different things, right? So yeah, so I would say also just a 2 or 3 out of 10, but I feel good about it because I am being super consistent about putting out content. I am improving my content. I am sharing things that really matter to me. And again, how much can I actually really influence the numbers, right? I have actually a lot of followers on LinkedIn, so I'm feeling really good about that. And then again, as I said, with Instagram and YouTube, sometimes it feels like you can never have enough subscribers on those channels, and the growth on these platforms feels painfully slow sometimes. And then I have moments where I have comments and likes on my videos, and where I feel like it's moving and people are paying attention, and it feels really good. And I'm really trying to celebrate these small wins, and it is something that I want to encourage you to think about right now as well, because I know that when we're doing these 6 months check-ins, it can be super easy to just say, I kind of lost track of all of these different goals, and to beat yourself up about the non-progress that you have made, which I could do as well, right? But I actually know that I have really invested a lot of time and effort and energy into these projects. Even though I am not where I want to be, I can't beat myself up, because I know I have tried. I know I have, tried many times, maybe also failed multiple times, but I keep on trying, and I keep on working towards these goals. And at the end of the day, time goes by anyway. So let's just focus on the things that are in our control and let go of the things that are not in our control. If you have been doing these different journaling prompts now, and you feel like I could have really tried a little bit harder too, then that's okay too. Well, that's an important realization as well, right? That's an important awareness to build and to be conscious about. So if that is the case, then don't beat yourself up now, and don't feel discouraged, and don't feel like, well, if I've already been bad for the last 6 months, why now invest in the next 6 months? But if you always have this kind of mindset, you're never really going to progress. So everything that you can do, all you can do, is to invest again, and to try again, and to start again. And I want you to start again right now. Don't wait until the year is over and then think, oh, I'm just going to set New Year's resolutions for 2024. This is not how you should think about this, because why wait? Why wait? I am just going to try again because I really care about this goal. And this is something really important as well. And you saw that in the journaling prompts today as well, which was the question around, are the goals that you have potentially set for yourself at the beginning of the year still important to you? And maybe there are some goals that you're reviewing right now and you feel like, no, actually not that important for me anymore. And that's okay as well. That's exactly why I asked you that question, and why I want you to reflect on what is still important for me and where do I need to pivot. So that is kind of that mid-year point check-in, in order to be really honest with yourself. And then what is super, super important, and something that I love to do all the time, is to connect myself with who do I want to be at the end of the year? Who do I want to be, and how do I want to feel reflecting back on the previous 12 months? So let's do that actually together for a second. Find a comfortable seat in your chair, lean back, have your feet on the ground or in a cross-legged position. That's kind of how I like to sit. And I have my hands on my knees. And I close my eyes because I find it much easier to guide you through this when I have my eyes closed as well. And I just want you to take a couple of deep breaths, all right? So let's do that together. Relax in your chair. Let everything just relax for a moment. And take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And we'll do that a few times together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your eyes closed. And I'd like you to put yourself into December of 2023. Look back at the last 12 months that you have accomplished, that have passed by. And ask yourself, how do I feel about them? What have I accomplished that I'm super, super proud of? What have I worked on? How do I look? How do I feel? Who am I surrounding myself with? Those are all really important questions to ask yourself. And I want you to take an extra moment to connect to the feeling. How do you feel? And what have you done to feel this way? Okay, you have the power to create your own life. Repeat after me. I have the power to create my own life. I have the power to create my own life. And also repeat after me. I can start at any point in time. I can start at any point in time. And then I'd like you to take another juicy, last deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes again. Hi there. Okay, it's a powerful exercise, isn't it? It's really important to do this because sometimes we need to create that connection to our future self to know what needs to get done, okay? So now in that last journaling prompt, I want you to sit down and reflect on what are your main 3 goals for the end of the year and what specific actions and activities are you going to take in order to achieve these goals. So when I think about my own specific goals, physical health, my business, and obviously my social media growth, what can I do? What specific actions? For my physical goals, it's obviously to keep up with my routine, to move my body, to eat healthy, to limit my sugar intake, which is always very, very difficult for me. But those are the 3 actions that I can take, right? And every day I can just try again. Every day when I wake up, I can try to move my body. Every day when I go about my day, I can try to make smart choices and decisions about the food that I eat. And every day I can limit my sugar intake. When it comes to my business, what kind of 3 different activities and actions can I take? I can update my website, I can connect with my network and actually create a consulting deck in order to pitch that new idea and that program to my network. And what else can I do? I can continue to work on my own professional development, gain confidence to pitch, for example, big budgets, big 6-figure budgets, because I'm worth it and people need the work that I do and people need the work that you do. So remind yourself of that, right? So mindset work is super important and it could be a goal of yours to really hone in on that. And then lastly, when it comes to social media content, well, all I can do is to try my very best to put out the very best content that I can create, to record videos on topics that are interesting to you and helpful for you. And then I just can hope that you really enjoy that and that you interact with the content as well, that you're inspired to chat with me, that you're inspired to ask me questions. And so I'm really excited about the next 6 months and I hope that you are as well. So I hope you found this video helpful today. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment down below. I would really love to hear from you. And I wish you continued success for the second half of the year. Don't give up, believe in yourself, and trust that you know exactly what needs to happen in order to be just as successful as you want to be. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next video.